Hello, everyone. I apologize for the confusion this morning, and I know that I caused it. Unfortunately, the items that I had been building for this class were posted in a different course site, and that is, of course, entirely my fault. So, again, I apologize. For this class, you have the option of joining our Blackboard Ultra link for a virtual class. And I recommend that you at least do that when you're able to, because you will have greater success in the class if you have a dedicated regular time to complete the work. However, if you can't and you want to do the class asynchronously, please be sure to follow the YouTube videos that have instructions or watch the class recordings. And also, if you want to come to the class face to face, it is in my favorite classroom, HEC 2008. So, not all of the information is filled in yet. The syllabus at this point is very long, 11 pages with all of the standard information. And I will create a PDF of a much shorter version of the syllabus. However, I need to build all of our activities first so that I can be sure to align the due dates and the activities that I put in the course modules sidebar with the dates on the syllabus. That for me is actually very difficult to do simply because I have some learning disabilities that make it hard for me to put dates in order, essentially. So the main sources that you can use to find your course work are in the course content. And for each week of the class, there is a folder in the course content sidebar. I also included the word modules because you might be more familiar with that term. So for this week, we have a 1-minute introduction about the events last week. We have an 8-minute video about white supremacist history and violence. And if you scroll down a little bit, you can see as well that there is a quiz about the white supremacist 8-minute video that I made. I think that the information is interesting not only because it connects historical events to the occurrences last week in the Capitol, but also because the video covers the period up till 1921, which is very close to the time period of the beginning of the Harlem Renaissance. And if you look back on the syllabus that is not completed, not completely built out, there is not on this copy. There should be a link to a Harlem Renaissance timeline. So when I put in the proper syllabus, you will be able to see that. Apologies for that little snafu. I probably put it in the other course website again. So again, back to course content and modules. For this week, please watch the 8-minute video and take the quiz. This is a 12-minute video from Academic Videos Online, and it might ask you to log into the USC Upstate Library for remote access. And I don't know why it says the video can't be played. Jazz in Harlem is what we are trying to play. But maybe the database is offline at the moment. Who knows? It's just a very short video that will give you a little context and background about the Harlem Renaissance. And then for Thursday, we will talk about Langston Hughes Negro Art in the Racial Mountain, and George Schuyler's Negro Art Hokum, which are two fundamental essays that address the role of art and the distinctiveness of African American art at the beginning of the Harlem Renaissance. So when you look at the essay, in 1926, the Harlem Renaissance was in full flower. Langston Hughes was one of its central figures, and in this essay, he urges black intellectuals to break free of the artificial standards set for them by whites. George Schuyler makes a different argument, claiming that African American art is no different than white art or European based art, and that any connection to Africa and the hyphenated identity is irrelevant. So essentially, we're looking at this debate about the origins of African American art for Thursday. I will also make a brief quiz about this Hughes Schuyler debate and probably post that very early tomorrow morning. So please let me know if you have any questions. One last thing to show you about the syllabus. The information up until the point where we get to the agenda on the syllabus is accurate. So all of this information is true. The only part that needs a little further work, obviously, is for me to build out each of the week's assignments. The only book that you need is Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. Everything else that we will use in the class will be provided for you on Blackboard. However, if you do want to read more Harlem Renaissance fiction, and you can get that classic Fiction of the Harlem Renaissance book for less than $10, I recommend it. It's not required. Also, the poetry book is one that I recommend, and again, don't require, because I can put all of the information on Blackboard for you. So I'm going to quickly go right to the top of the syllabus here to point out that my office hours are 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning, but you can make appointments. And to make appointments, please send me a text message. Here is my cell phone number, and identify yourself in detail in the text message. Your name, the class that you are in, and I have 100 students, so I'm very easily confused. And I will be happy to talk to you in whatever media you would like to talk. I don't like to make long videos, so I'm going to end this now, and contact me for any questions. I will see you, if you're available, on Thursday morning. Have a great day.